Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this historic Thursday night. The world is mourning Queen Elizabeth II, who died this afternoon at the age of 96, surrounded by family at her summer home in Scotland. Earlier in the day, Buckingham Palace announced that Her Majesty, who ruled over the Commonwealth for a record 70 years, was placed under medical supervision. Her doctors were concerned about her health. Family rushed to her side. In accordance with the royal line of succession, her oldest son, Charles, immediately became king, which puts her grandson, Prince William, next in line to the throne, followed by William's eldest son, 9-year-old Prince George. Just before her death was announced, a double rainbow appeared over Buckingham Palace as a crowd gathered. President Biden visited the British Embassy in Washington late today and left a message in a condolence book. In a statement, he said Queen Elizabeth was a stateswoman of unmatched dignity and constancy who deepened the bedrock alliance between the United Kingdom and the United States. We have a team of reporters covering the death of a queen described as a stalwart leader, and CBS's Charlie D'Agata will start us off from Buckingham Palace. And good evening, Charlie. What's the scene like there?
Good evening to you, Nora. There has been an outpouring of grief and emotion here at Buckingham Palace. Thousands of people have gathered to pay tribute despite the rain. And although this is a moment that we've all been expecting, it's hard to imagine this country without her. The official notice hung on the gates of Buckingham Palace in accordance with royal protocol. The Queen died peacefully in Balmoral this afternoon. Senior members of the royal family raced to be at her bedside today at Balmoral Castle, her summer home in Scotland. Prince Charles, now King Charles, was already there. Her grandson, Prince William, who came without Kate, and the Queen's other children made their way to the royal residence. Prince Harry traveled by himself and came later. Meghan remained behind in London. On the Queen's death, His Majesty, King Charles III, issued the statement, "We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother." The new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, said the country is devastated.
Queen Elizabeth II was the rock on which modern Britain was built.
The Queen was last pictured meeting with the Prime Minister on Tuesday and standing on her own, smiling by the fire, cane in hand. The 96-year-old monarch was hospitalized last October, suffering from what the palace called episodic mobility problems, forced to cut back on most public engagements since, only appearing at a few of the events during her Platinum Jubilee, marking 70 years on the throne. She has slowed down considerably, appearing more frail in recent weeks with a significant weight loss. And the death of Prince Philip in April last year, her husband of more than 70 years, paid reminder that her reign was moving into its final, inevitable chapter. Tonight, the country mourns not just the passing of a national figure, but part of its very identity, the only monarch most have ever known. Now, the Queen is expected to remain in Scotland through the weekend before she's brought down here. King Charles will make his first televised address tomorrow and finalize the plans for his mother's funeral. Nora?
Charlie D'Agata outside Buckingham Palace. Thank you.